YouTube, what's going on, guys? Lego PC bringing you this another video.
Carol, shut up! I'm trying to make a video.
Just messing with you guys. Wife's home today, so she kind of finds it all weird that I do YouTube videos. So I'm sure she's gonna stay away. But yeah, I got a big one for you guys.
Don't think it's weird.
Shut up! I'm trying to do a video. Told you not to come in when I'm cleaning my room.
Alright, so what I got for you today is the 454 big block. I actually got two of them, to be honest with you. Except I can't get the drip tip out of this one. It's like stuck in here. Anyways, I'll show you the inside of the black one. 454 big block clone. This one is actually pretty cool. It does have a copper pin on it, which is not adjustable. And you guys have probably seen the original, which I believe is made by Kryptonite, local company in the US. And yeah, you get a little four-post design here with this wheel design over here, which takes off. You know, I'm not going to go into too much detail until we dive up close, but yeah, it's a fancy little device. It looks very complicated, and it actually kind of is, but once you build it a few times, it's actually not bad. I was holding off on this review until I played with it for a few weeks, and I've kind of gotten my time in with it, so I feel pretty comfortable about it. There's the bottom right there. Get that a little light. Alright, so got it on here with a Caterpillar drip tip. Give it a vape. This thing does chuck the vapor. This is a 0.9 build. We're going to pop it up to 50 watts and see what it does. Woo! One more just for good measure. So, to further explain this guy, we're going to have to dive up close, and I'll give you a close look at it. We'll talk about cons, we'll pop back up top, we'll vape on it, we'll talk about it. Let's dive up. Alright, now that we're down up closey, if I could speak English, we've got the 454 sitting here on the IPv2, and this is what she looks like down below right here. So something, yeah, it's really dark right now because I've got a real dark juice in there. You see, she burns though. So I'm not gonna decotton this or anything because I literally just did this last night. What I'm gonna do is take the other one, which is clean, and show you what it looks like from the inside. Move this out of the way. So this is what it looks like all cleaned up. Okay, and what I've done is started to unscrew this right here so you can have a general idea of how this works. So what it is up here is your positive, I believe it's your positive post. If I can find a screwdriver. I'll take this off here. Okay, now you can see light through there. So that's your positive post right there. Okay, so all four, if you decide to do quad coils, this is a dual or a quad coil system. You can run 4, I've run 2 in mine. The reason this build is a little bit harder, I wouldn't recommend this to a newbie, is because you're going to see you have to run one positive pin there, and the negatives have to run through this little thing, this little guy right here. So what you're going to do is pop this piece off. You're going to take and put your one wire through here, and then set up your coil however you want it, and take the negative lead and just set it there. All you're going to do is set it on the base right here, and then what you're going to do is when you're all done, put this piece back on, put the screws on, tighten it down, and clip off the ends. And what that does is this entire ring piece is your negative post. So you can build vertical coils, regular standard coils, sideways coils. It doesn't really matter what you build. It'll all fit in here. What's really cool is how big the juice well is. It doesn't seem like it, especially because it's one of those addies a lot like the tugboat, where the actual piece is much, the chimney piece and the rest of the the addy is much bigger than the actual base is. You can see how much gap there is around the Vamo here. So it's actually a much smaller diameter. Let's see, I have the atomic so we can take a look for a size comparison. So the atomic is only, what, 19 inches in diameter, and you can see it's almost spot on. So actually the inside of this piece is very, very small. I think that's the reason it gives off just quite a bit of flavor compared to some other addies. Where's the top piece? Where's the top piece? Where's the top piece? There it is. So you see the concave piece right here. This is your top cap. This is all concaved in right here. Now this Delrin drip tip, which you do not see on my silver one, the way it works is, here, I actually have one separated right here. So the way this guy works is, you can see right here, there's a hole right there and a hole right there. Okay, that's your inlets for your air. Now it's completely covered on the bottom. There is no hole in the bottom, and what that's supposed to do is stop the juice from spitting back through your drip tip and allow just the air to come through, the vape to come through on the sides here. I'll talk about that when we pop up. I think it's a piece of shit, to be honest with you. It's terrible. I don't use it. Whether this one is better or not, it looks to actually be better designed than the Tobecco clone I bought. I haven't tried it. Whether or not it's better or not, you know, I'll put out an update video whether it is or not. But personally, I don't use this drip tip. I've got my Caterpillar drip tip on there right now. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. The reason this is a little bit harder of a build and I don't recommend it to the newbie is because when you build your coil, it's not going to look pretty. It's not going to look pretty at all. It is going to be a little ugly because you only worry about the positive post. You just put the positive piece in first, then screw this down, and then you can worry about directing your coils and how you want it to look and whatnot. So I've done vertical and I've done standard in here. Personally, I like the standard, and I used a large 3mm drill bit so I can put a lot of cotton in there. When this guy is empty, it can hold almost up to 18 drops, so it does hold a lot of liquid in it. So what we'll do now is pop up top, talk about it, vape on it. So, I guess we'll go over the pros and cons. It's an interesting device, it really is. I've used it exclusively for about 2 weeks now, between that and the Orchid, and I've been taking this one to work, and it does over drip like a bitch sometimes. It's interesting. I haven't tried it in quads yet. I really do like it in duals. Now, the real one is supposed to have really, really good flavor combined with really large clouds, and I have to say this is on par with that completely. This device does put out a lot of vapor, and the flavor is actually really, really good. I've tried 3 different liquids in it, and I've liked all 3 of them in it, so really solid device all around. Pros-wise, I don't want to say it's easy to build on, but once you figure out that you need to only worry about the positive post, and then you can mess with it once the negatives are tied down, it's actually an easy build. The airflow is really, really generous. It's almost to the point where it's almost too much for me, but the airflow is pretty spot on. I would say it's similar to the Tobecco tugboat. Definitely bigger than the Magma. Probably similar to the Veritas when you run like a dual coil on that. There's a lot of airflow, and you have the ability to add the 4 air holes if you want to give it even more airflow if you really wanted to. So it's up to you. I like the heat sink on the top. Drip never gets warm. You never have to worry about any of that. It just vapes really well. The negatives, the drip tip is shit. This drip tip, I got this device and I started dripping on it, and I'm like, God, this is the worst thing I've ever done before. I'm vaping on it, and I'm like, this is terrible. I was getting liquid in my mouth, no vapor. I was like, how do people say this thing's amazing? So I kind of played with it and tried a different drip tip, and sure enough, all of a sudden all this vapor started coming in and all the flavor came in. And so I put this on another device, which I'm actually going to show you. Let's show the difference. So, you know what? Let's just do it on the device itself. I'm knocking shit everywhere. Alright, so you guys saw what the clouds looked like with this drip tip. We'll go ahead and throw without the dog hair and this guy, and we'll try it again. Alright, get the damn dog hair off there. Alright. I hope you guys heard that. That was the other thing. It was making a whistling like you've never heard in your life. That thing is the loudest thing known to man with that drip tip on there. Let me drip this real quick. Drip, 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 drip. Holds a lot of liquid, guys. You can put a lot of cotton in here. It's got really deep wells. So I'm gonna, so you guys can hear it. You guys hear that? It's loud as hell. Alright, that's that drip tip. You can see the difference clearly. This drip tip is shit. It's complete shit. Matter of fact, it's in the garbage. That's what I think of it. That thing is in the garbage. So that's one of the negatives. Another negative, if you're not used to building, this is not a newbie device. This is going to take a little bit, especially since it is specifically made for quad coils. It's not made for a newbie at all whatsoever. So I wouldn't recommend this to anybody who's just getting into dripping. This is for somebody who's been dripping for a while and knows what they're doing to an extent. So overall, it's a really, really good device. I purchased this on eBay for I think $24, so it was pretty cheap, and it hasn't let me down. It's a really nice device. It vapes really well. The flavor is really good, and there's a lot of vapor coming out of it. So right now, it's been my go-to device. It's really nice. Yeah, not much more I can say about it. So this is one of the last reviews you'll see from me for the upcoming weeks. I'm gonna try to get this guy reviewed before I go away for a while. We got the Vulcan here. This came in this last week, and I've also got the, well, they were clean, so they're kind of separated right now, but we've got the Plume Veil from Aethertech here, and we'll probably do a review on this guy. I've also got, I think, another one somewhere. We've also got the Big Dripper, which everybody has been raving about, saying it's the best device on the market. Yeah, so this one I'm pretty pumped about. We got to build this one. I'm actually getting a new base from it. The guys who supplied it made a secondary base for it that allows more airflow and better flavor for it, so that's been sent in the mail. I'm supposed to get it tomorrow, I think. So we'll have a new base for that, and we'll do a review on that. So till then, that's all I got for you guys. Stay tuned. That's it. You guys stay classy. Peace.